Hello, Commanders fans. Today we have some unmissable news for you. So, take advantage and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any updates. And of course, leave a like to show your support to the fans. Let's do this together. And now, without further ado, let's get to today's news. Commanders could target Notre Dame cornerback in NFL draft. The Washington Commanders could bolster their defense by adding a top cornerback in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Washington Commanders improved their defensive secondary by acquiring cornerback Marson Latimore in a high-profile trade, giving up several draft picks to secure his talent. Despite this addition, the Commanders will face challenges as 3 cornerbacks are approaching free agency, and there are still questions about Latimore's long-term role. To address these concerns, Washington is expected to target elite talent in the 2025 NFL Draft, with ESPN analyst Matt Miller projecting they will select Notre Dame Fighting Irish standout defensive end Benjamin Morrison in the first round of his latest 2025 mock draft. Morrison, a standout for the Irish, has the tools to develop into a complete NFL cornerback. His addition would align with head coach Dan Quinn's defensive philosophy, marking a significant step in the Commanders' defensive restructuring. Miller emphasized Morrison's potential as a top-tier prospect despite his recent injury. Morrison, my second cornerback, was sidelined for the season in mid-October with a hip injury, but he has good size, 6'1", 185 pounds, speed and instincts to play the game, as evidenced by 9 interceptions in his first 2 seasons, Miller said. Morrison is the son of former Washington safety Daryl Morrison, who played for the franchise from 1993 to 1996. That combination of talent and legacy makes him an ideal fit. Miller stressed the urgency for the Commanders to add to their defensive backfield, noting the team's roster uncertainty, needs, and coaching philosophy. The Commanders signed veteran cornerback Marson Latimore at the trade deadline, but they must continue to rebuild their secondary to fit coach Dan Quinn's schemes, especially with 3 of their current cornerbacks, Michael Davis, Benjamin St. Just, and Noah Igbinoghene, becoming free agents after the season, Miller said. By targeting Morrison, Washington could solidify its defense, positioning itself for greater success and more playoff contention in 2025. New commander CB Marson Latimore ruled out again. Washington Commanders cornerback Marson Latimore will miss his 3rd straight game Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys, coach Dan Quinn announced Friday. Acquired in a trade from the New Orleans Saints 3 weeks ago, Latimore has yet to practice for Washington as he rehabs a hamstring injury. Quinn said Monday that Latimore was headed in the right direction, and the Commanders knew all about the hamstring injury before the trade. "We knew there was going to be a point where it wasn't plug and play after the trade," Quinn said. "And so what I'm looking for from the player to see is he working as hard as he can to do that and learning as fast as he can? And the good news for us is that Marson is like an absolute savage worker, wants to be as ready as possible and push himself, but we're just not going to take any chances." Washington plays Tennessee in Week 13 before a bye in Week 14. The Commanders could be eyeing a Week 15 debut for Latimore, which, coincidentally, will be against Latimore's former team, the New Orleans Saints.